мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Hey, my name is Dima Maleev and I'm making the first blog in my life in English. The reason why I'm doing this blog is to tell you what is happening here in Ukraine. I know that there are a lot of information from your media, from the media of your country, from your politicians, but here is an information from just a simple person who live here in Ukraine and trying to survive and help citizens of Ukraine during the war with Russia. On February 21st, we woke up at 4 a.m. because Russia started attacking us. They sent a couple of rockets to the biggest cities in Ukraine and tried to destroy our war manufacturer. The country, which we thought kind of like, crazy neighbor, but still we believe that there is no possible war between us and Russia. However, that happened. That happened because the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, is reading some weird historical books. And he actually believes in what he's saying. He don't believe that Ukraine is an independent state with own culture, language, history. He believes that Ukraine is an artificial country and he wants to solve the question of Ukraine for good. But that's not a truth. The idea of Putin war was blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg is a method when the country which is attacking is bringing a lot of war force and taking over all big cities. Then they're changing the government to the government which is listening to them, and basically the question solved country does not exist anymore. If you read the history of modern Russia, they are doing this in many places, and it was working all the time. However, this is the first time when Russia is fighting with a country which was prepared for a war. Ukraine was preparing for this war for 8 years, starting from 2014, when we throw away the Russia-oriented government from our country and selected European direction. For 8 long years we were investing in our army, in our nation, in our traditions and negotiating with our neighbors. We were prepared as much as possible, so Putin's blitzkrieg was not working. We did significant damage for the Putin's army. And for the last 10 days they lost thousands of soldiers. Tens of thousands of Russian soldiers were injured and not able to take part in the war. We are fighting for our land, and Putin warriors are fighting for emperor. And Ukraine is well-known empire killer. So Russian Federation is just another empire which Ukraine needs to defeat. After failure of the Putin's blitzkrieg, they changed the tactics. Right now they are using artillery and airstrikes to destroy our cities. They just removing our cities from the face of earth. They don't care if peaceful citizens are dying, they are not attacking armies, they are not attacking army infrastructure, they just trying to destroy simple towns, schools, hospitals, kindergartens, all of them right now under strike. They're using this strategy in all the wars, but they will fail. That is why Ukrainian people are asking NATO to close skies on Ukraine. Without aviation, Putin army does not have a chance to stand against Ukraine. But right now, because of aviation, our kids, our citizens are dying because of explosions, because of destroyed buildings, and we are in the middle of humanitarian crisis. People spending days in shelters, people spending days without food, people spending days without required medicine. And this all because of Putin's army. If you think that anyone from Ukraine are panicking, this is not correct. All Ukrainian cities are gathered together. We are building a huge network of volunteers who are helping with medicine, who are helping with ammunition, who are helping with protection for our warriors. Right now in Lviv there are tons of organizations which are helping refugees, there are tons of organizations which are buying medicine, buying different humanitarian stuff and buying armor. I don't believe that you can buy armor somewhere in Poland right now. We are prepared and we all are going va-bank. We are fighting for our land. If Russia will stop fighting, there will be peace. If Ukraine will stop fighting, there will be no Ukraine. That is why we all bond together like never before. Even now in Ukrainian cities like Kherson and Mariupol, which are under Russian army, They want to make a picture of the happy citizens who are finally happy to go from Ukraine. This is not working. People from these cities gather together and doing march with Ukrainian flags, and they are asking military to go away, because there is nothing to do for them. We don't want Russian soldiers there. Putin propaganda that they are fighting Nazis here is just ridiculous. We have Jewish president. We never were Nazis. We don't want Russian soldiers here. We don't want protection of Russian Federation from anyone except protection from Russian Federation. Russian soldiers are not welcomed here, and people of Ukraine, even peaceful people of Ukraine, are showing this with everything they have. You can see how the whole world is reacting to this. Big financial organizations are leaving Russia. Big e-commerce are leaving Russia. Big technology companies are leaving Russia. And can you imagine, even with all this response from the whole world, Russian citizens are still watching TV, and they believe in Putin's lie. The whole Russian Federation is a country which is built on lie. If you want to see the face of the empire which is built on lie, just look on Russian Federation. Every message which is sent by the Russian Federation media, which is only available media right now in Russia, is a lie. President Putin don't use internet. President Putin don't read newspaper. President Putin receive information only from the close circle of the people he believes, and we don't know what they're saying to him. President Putin honestly believes in what he's saying about the history, about artificial Ukrainian nation, about all the bullshit he's saying. This is called mad empire. This is a moment when the world needs to come together and fight lonely man who lost his mind. So, what can you do? Please stop all the work with Russian Federation. Only by destroying their economy we can stop their war machine. Only by showing that the whole world is together against the President Putin, we can show to the Russian people that they can fight for their freedom, that they can still have their voice, that they can still have a possibility to change the direction of how their country develops their geopolitical program. This is the only way how we can show to the Russian population that they still have voice, they still have freedom, they still have control on how their country develops. We need to stand together against Putin. I'm not saying that we need to stay against Russia, but Russia is currently Putin. Putin is the biggest evil in the world right now. So it's not only Ukrainian fight, it's the fight of the whole world for a freedom, for truth, and for peaceful skies for us, our kids, and our future. Thank you.